Good morning. A while back, I read a book entitled The Time Paradox by Philip Zimbardo. It was a book that was talking about how do you and I view time, and how we view time really affects our lives. He got to talking about the past. How you and I view the past will affect the way that we live today, and our own sense of joy, peace, meaning. I want to read you what he had to say. Your attitude towards events in the past matter more than the events themselves. The distinction between the past and your current interpretation of it is critical because it offers hope for change. You cannot change what happened in the past, but you can change your attitude towards what happened, and changing this frame of reference can alter the way you see your picture. You and I can't change the past, but we can change the way that we understand it, the way we remember it, look at it, what we carry from it. It made me think about the story of the prodigal son, the young man who came to his father and said, "Give me my share of the inheritance." And he took it and he went into a foreign land, and there he spent it on wild living, and soon it was all gone. And then he found himself being hungry, and he was sent to go feed the pigs. Now, if you're a Jewish boy feeding the pigs, it's supposed to be a sign life has hit rock bottom. And while he was doing that, it says he came to himself. He began to realize, what have I done? Here he has a father at home with hired servants. Maybe he would take me back as a hired servant. And so he heads for home. And while he is heading for home, the father was sitting on the front porch looking down the road, and there he saw his son coming. And he didn't wait for him to get all the way to the porch. He didn't make him come and beg. No, the father jumped up and ran down the road, and he threw his arms around his neck, and he welcomed him home. Now, the son could never go back and change what he had done. He couldn't go back and do it differently, but he can now look at it differently. Rather than the moment of shame, a moment of failure, he could see it as a moment of learning and a moment where he experienced the gift of forgiveness for his father. A father who said, "Welcome home. You are still my son." It is the gift of God's grace that our past does not have to control our lives. That our past, that where we have made mistakes, does not become the moment that defines who we are. And it's when you and I live in the gift of God's grace, you can look at the past and you can reframe the way you look at it and see it as a time of learning, a time of forgiveness, and know that today you get to go on anew. I hope you have a great day.